Hey guys, I'm looking at this executive order protecting America through lawful detention of terrorists. It's not lawful what they're doing to people. It's not lawful what they did to me. And I know that they say that they're putting other people in GITMO, but that's just not true. It's just not how GITMO works. GITMO is outside of U.S. law, so that they can hurt people. And they're doing it, claiming it's for public safety to harm these people, these women and children. And I disagree with it. And I disagree with this executive order because it says that they can use military force on these children and people. And I don't think that's correct. I think that's hiring 3 different agencies to go after one person is gang stalking. So that person must be worth billions and billions of dollars for them to do it. But I think torture of children and pursuant to the authorization for use of military force. I mean, this is what they're doing. Unless charged in or subject to the judgment of conviction by military commission, which I was in 2008, after they deported me from the country, claiming I'm a high-value detainee who committed a robbery. It was like robbery or something like this. In San Diego, remember, I would wake up and something would tell me to go to San Diego. I probably went there 20 times, driving from Los Angeles to San Diego and to North Regional Center to pull documents where they were stealing DNA from detainees. And all of the detainees, it said that they were Caucasian with unknown eye color. Now, these are just the documents I found. Maybe they are different races. I don't know, but those are the documents I found. So they're doing this because of the worth of the DNA, and it's basically a U.S. breeding program. I believe that, and I don't know this, maybe anyone watching me can tell me if they, how many biological females they know that had children, because I know that even Elon Musk says that we have a very, very dangerously low birth rate. So I think these people are bred in Great Britain for a certain bloodline. Then they're, it's called extrajudicial rendition here, so they have no legal rights in America, and they're tortured by the U.S. government, the schools, the people that are told they're being held here as detainees when they just didn't do anything worth this kind of torture, right? So they treat the women and children as enemy combatants, even though they're not, because of the worth of the sale of children, I really believe. So I sued, I did a habeas corpus case, and I sued the Attorney General, and the Attorney General kept saying that, they have no responsibility, which they always say. And every document I saw shows that they are allowing torture of these individuals. Torture. And then Trump undid the order to shut it down, revoked that order. It always says certain persons captured in connection with armed conflict for the duration of the conflict. This is crimes against women and children, just pure and simple. It's not what they're saying. It's not what they're saying. I've seen enough documents to know. Let's see what this one says. Review and disposition of individuals detained at the Guantanamo Base, Naval Base, and closure of detention facilities. Which one was this? This one was revoked. The Convention of the Amelioration of the Condition of the Wounded and Sick in Armed Forces in the Field. So what they do is they wound people really severely. I don't know if they stone us when we're drugged or what they do, and then they put them back together. Convention relative to the treatment of prisoners of war. We are prisoners of war, you guys. I mean, not necessarily you, but definitely me. Individuals currently detained at Guantanamo. Again, it's a legal designation, not a place. There's a lease, and the lease is, you know, I mean, you can say with these, this Bin Laden stuff I have, you know, Bin Laden is not what they're saying it is. Bin Laden is, it's a phone number and a place in Sherman Oaks. Bin Laden, it's organ harvesting and theft of children. Theft of children. So, whom the Department of Defense has ever determined to be or treated as. So they treat you as enemy combatants, as a hate crime, and as a crime against humanity. Because, I mean, they go through a lot to hide your status because of the worth of your bloodline. And that's crazy. So I've been in this country, you know, for a long time, detained in this country under extrajudicial rendition as a hate crime. I've never had legal rights in America. They do let people who are detained drive for Lyft and Uber for some reason. I'm not sure why. But I mean, that's Lyft and Uber is also, you know, it's hard work if you have a giant metal implant in your neck. So the individuals currently detained have the constitutional privilege of the writ of habeas corpus. It is in the interest of the United States. This is the one this one was revoked by President Trump. And then but there's been other filings where the Supreme Court said they can still, even after the Trump executive order revoked it, they can still file for a habeas petition, which I did. So. Determination of transfer. This is the one that's revoked. Obama did this one. And Obama says that these people should be, taken out of the United States because they're terrorists or whatever. No, it's because we're released to the community so that we're actually targeted, harassed, tortured by Americans while we're here. And so if he thinks it's safe for us to be taken out of the country, I would understand why that is even a question. But they're the ones that committed crimes. So this is the one, again, protecting America by slaves. I mean, this is slavery, plain and simple. So I don't know if there's a new one. If Biden did a new one, let me see if Biden did one. Um, I have to look. I have to research it a little bit. So I'll do that and I'll get back to you guys. So Biden reverts President Trump's executive order to keep GITMO open and is lining up inmates to transfer out of the prison with the goal of emptying it and shuttering it. Even though the remaining prisoners have long been classified by military intelligence as the worst of the worst and too dangerous to release. Our military is, I mean, it's a breeding program, you guys. I don't know what else to say. They always cover their faces because it's women. I mean, these aren't even them. They're released into the community if you've read all of the documents. President Biden is quietly freeing more of these terrorist suspects from the Guantanamo Bay prison. Quietly, because they've stolen all of our assets. All of our assets. So I'm not sure about this. This is weird. But I do think it has to be closed because it's not, they're not putting, the people you think are going there are not. It's just innocent women and children that they're keeping there as slaves outside of the law.